In this example, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to understand, if you see a problem, Lauren, where you're given a 0 and they're asking you to find the other zeros, we know that if I have a problem and I use division, my quotient is going to be another factor. And all I need to do for when I'm provided a factor is set a factor equal to 0, and I can solve to find the other zeros, right? Because once you have factors, you set factors equal to 0, and you can find the zeros. So if I have something and I divide it into it, my answer is also a factor of the polynomial. So let's divide with the 0, negative 1/2. The preferred method would be using synthetic division. So I'll take negative 1/2. And now I'll list the coefficients. Again, make sure that you have them in descending order. So we have 6, 41, negative 9, negative 14. Drop down the 6. First terms of the freebie. Remember, multiplying the diagonals, add on the verticals. 6 times negative 1/2 is going to be a negative 3. 41 plus negative 3 is going to be a positive 38. 38 times negative 1/2 is going to be a negative 19. Negative 19 plus negative, negative 9 plus negative 19 is a negative 28. Negative 28 times negative 1/2 is going to be a positive 14. And negative 14 plus 14 is going to be 0. Now again, remember what's kind of difficult with synthetic division is we have to kind of understand what that information is, right? So remember, this is always your remainder. Since my remainder is 0, that means this evenly divides. So that means this is a 0, right? That's good. This is our constant, our linear, and our quadratic coefficients of our terms. So remember, if this is my 0, to find the factor, what I told you guys to do before that last quiz was to multiply by 2 on both sides and then add 1. So you'd have 2x plus 1 equals 0 is one factor. So 2x plus 1 times 6x squared plus 38x minus 28 is now equal to this function. Would you guys agree with me? Again, I'll do it one more time. If 3 divides into 6 2 times, then 3 times 2 is 6. If my factor, since that's the 0, that means this factor is a divisor, or a factor of it. If 2x plus 1 divides into this, 6x squared plus 38x minus 28 times, that means this times this is equal to that. However, what's the question asking again? It's saying find all the zeros. So when we have factors, to find zeros, we need to set them equal to 0, right? Now we can apply the 0 product property. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we already know what this is set equal to 0, right? They already gave us the answer. We already know that. X equals negative 1/2. Ooh, that was a really cool X. Dang it, I forgot to do the first part again. Crap. All right, the next one is we have 6x squared plus 38x minus 28. Now, this problem we need to go ahead and solve. And we have an issue. Do you guys remember at the beginning of the year, I kind of talked about how quadratics was kind of important. We need to make sure we know how to practice factoring and completing the square and quadratic formula. Do you guys kind of remember I did a focus lesson on solving quadratics to really make sure you guys were good at solving quadratics? Well, this is now coming into play. You guys notice we just did a whole bunch of steps. Now solving a quadratic is just one step in the problem. It's just one step. So please, gentlemen, make sure we get back brushed up on factoring or using the quadratic formula. You could complete the square, but in reality, I don't really ever use completing the square for solving. So the first thing I would do here is I would divide out a common factor, which I see as a 2. So I'd get 3x squared plus 19x minus 14. And now I need to factor this. You could use the AC method or any other way you guys know. But I'm telling you, the better and better you are at factoring, the easier and easier these are going to be. This would be 3x times x. And now that's not 19. That's, wait, yes, it is. So now we basically see what two numbers multiply to give you 3. I already see the answer. It's going to be plus 2 minus 1. So therefore, 3x minus 1 equals 0, and x plus 2 equals 0. Therefore, x equals 1/3, and x equals -2. So I found 3 real rational solutions. How many solutions am I supposed to find? 3. So that works out. Are these actually my real solutions? Well, I forgot to kind of go over the rational zero test. My apologies. I will ask you guys to do this when you guys do a problem on your own. Let's find the rational zeros. Here's my constant. Here's my coefficient. So it's basically plus or minus 14, 7, 2, and 1. Do you guys agree with me? Those are all the factors of 14? Over all the factors of 6. 6, 3, 2, 1. Now, I'm not going to list them all out. But if you guys were going to list them all out, it would be 14 over 6, 14 over 3, 14 over 2, 14 over 1, 7 over 6, 7 over 3, 7 over 2, 7 over 1, 2 over 6, 2 over 3, 2 over 2, 2 over 1. It's a lot, right? I'm not expecting you guys to do that unless for this problem. However, let's make sure our answers are in there. Is -1/2 one of our rational zeros, Diana? Thank you. Yes, it's negative. You could do plus or minus 1 over 2. That is a solution over there. What about positive 1/3? Yep, you could do 1 over 3. And how about -2? Yep, -2 over 1. So all those solutions are in our rational zero test. Again, the rational zero test does not tell you what the zeros are. It just tells you what the possible rational zeros are. And for example, is 10 an answer? No, 10 is not anywhere in there, right? So 10 would not be a 0. Or is -1/4 in there? No, 1/4 is not a 0. It's not a possible rational zero. Yes?
I'm confused. Why is it 3x minus 1 and x plus 2?
OK, so we have 3x times x. Oh, wait. Sorry, hold on a second. That was supposed to be 7, right?
Yeah, shouldn't it be like x plus 7 and 3x minus 2?
Yes. I don't know why I was doing my math. I was thinking in my head. That's kind of weird that I came up with that.
OK, because I was kind of confused.
Thank you. I was kind of weird on how I got that answer. How I thought of 21 minus 2 was 19. I just don't know why I wrote those in there. But again, those zeros are still there. That's -2/3, or positive 2/3, 2 over 3, and -7, -7 over 1. So it's still just kind of surprising my answers actually worked out in that. OK.